Greetings everyone, I am the goddess known as Jackie Gates. Today's video is for those of you out there like me who are doing something else while they build their dream business. For me it's going to be an online business, but for some it may be a network marketing business, it may be writing that novel, it doesn't matter. We're doing something that we'd really rather not be doing. Often this comes as a growth in awareness. It becomes, you become aware of just how awesome and abundant life can be, life should be, what you are capable of. We are all capable of so much more than we give ourselves credit for. And what happens is when you start growing your mind, you think of, you read Think and Grow Rich, you read The Magic of Thinking Big, you start looking at possibilities, you find a mentor who has done exactly what you want to do, and you start striving for that. And what happens is this little tiny life that you're in at the moment becomes claustrophobic and soul-killing. I want to show you something that's soul-killing. This. I wear this for 4 hours at a time. In it, I feel like a drone. Because the things that I aspire to is to be wildly unique, eccentric, to be colorful and vivid and live my life full out. This doesn't say that. This says I make an amazing cup of coffee, which I do, but it isn't what I'm looking for. And what's interesting, I am reading, again, The Disciplines of Doership by Joe Schroeder. Now, this is not available in stores, so you will have to send me an email and I can organize to get you a copy. I'll give you the link. But in it, he talks about when you become a rebel, when you start thinking about what you can and could become, you actually become an opponent in your own story. Because you start hating your job, you start hating Mondays, you dread having to go to work. So you become a subtraction, as he calls it, a subtraction rather than addition to your situation. No. So for example, for me, time just drags. The customers start to annoy me. I really don't want to do anything more than I'm absolutely have to. And it just becomes miserable. But not only for me, but for everybody that comes in contact with. I come in contact with. Joe also says that what you will tell the world you are is what you will live to prove day in and day out. And that was something that's inspired me to become the goddess of lattes. To become a goddess, even though at the moment I'm masquerading as a Starbucks barista. In the book Think and Grow Rich, the author talks about the natural evolution of things. Now, it's a little naive because it was written so many decades ago, but what he talks about is that you don't move out of a current situation unless you outgrow it. Now, bear with me here. I will get back to what I was talking about. If you hate the situation you're in and make it so unbearable by what you are doing that you have to leave, it becomes quitting. You hate your job, so therefore you quit and you leave. And what happens is that the more you focus on how much you hate your job, the more you're going to attract hating your job. Because what you focus on, you get more of. And even if you do quit that job, you're going to hate the next one just as much. So this goddess is not prepared to put up with that. And that whole goddess thing gave me the realization that unless I become the best barista I can possibly be, the true goddess of lattes, I will always have to fall back on being a barista. Because if I quit because of this hat, because of rude customers, because of any number of reasons that are a subtraction of what I am, what I really am, I am going to end up in the same place 6 months, a year down the road. And that, there's no reason to do that, because there's so much waiting for me moving forward. So think about this. If you are working in retail, working a crappy office job, working out in the heat on the roofs, or whatever you're doing, and it's not what makes your soul sing, you need to change how you think about your job. It's hard, I know. But becoming great at where you are allows you to move forward. You can't keep quitting. I can't keep quitting, because it becomes a habit. And let me tell you, if you aspire to being a leader of any kind of team, any kind of business, whatever it is, your family even, if they see you quitting every single time things get hard, what kind of a lesson is that? Nobody's going to want to follow you if you make giving reasons and quitting part of your vocabulary. If you keep telling, what does Joe say? Whoever you tell the world that you are is what you will live to prove day in and day out. I am not a barista. I am a goddess who's at the moment part-timing as a barista. This is a much more empowering thought and a much more uplifting way to look at my current situation while I build something better. You have to honor where you are, because what is, and what isn't. Don't focus on what it isn't, because you will make more of that. Focus on what you have. Focus on the stability of a paycheck coming in that will fund what you're dreaming of. Focus on becoming a great steward of the funds you already have, so that when more come, you will know what to do with it. Focus on being a leader even now while you're at the bottom of the pile, because when you rise to the top, you'll know what you're doing. And above all, focus on what makes your heart sing. Even if it means finding some little thing that is somewhat unimportant in your job, but that you actually really like doing. Outgrow your current position, because unless you do that, you can't reach the sky. I hope you have a goddess-worthy day. And if you'd like to talk about this, I am on Skype. I have a new voicemail account. I would love to talk to you too. Let's see what we have to say. Have a goddess-worthy day. Bye for now.